When aloe and Sansevieria bloom in your home, a spiritual awakening rooted in nature, Feng Shui, and Dharma. Have you ever seen an aloe vera plant bloom? Or one quiet morning, your snake plant suddenly offering up a pale ivory flower, silent yet radiant? It might sound like just another gardening story, but in truth this is no coincidence. It's a message, a sign. A quiet whisper from nature meant just for you. In today's video, we'll take a very special journey together to decode why these two seemingly ordinary plants may become energetic gateways right within your home. To explore the deeper meanings in Feng Shui, spirituality, and inner life when aloe and Sansevieria bloom. And most of all, if you've ever witnessed both flowering together, then perhaps you are standing at a truly pivotal moment in your life. This isn't just about flowers blooming, and the universe gently nods in return. This is the moment your home begins to whisper, so don't click away. Stay until the end, because what you're about to hear isn't just knowledge. It may just be the call that awakens something within you. Before we begin, take a moment to hit like and share this video with anyone else walking their path back to stillness. And don't forget to subscribe so we can meet again on future journeys where nature, spirit, and energy speak to you in the most gentle of ways. There are moments in life that make us pause and reflect, not because they're dazzling, but because of the quiet meaning hidden beneath their ordinary appearance. One such rare moment is when an aloe vera planta, humble, familiar presence in a corner of the garden or balcony, suddenly blooms. With its thick, fleshy leaves edged with soft spines and its signature emerald green color. The plant grows in a rosette shape, its leaves forming a natural floral pattern from the base, creating a sense of quiet symmetry and balance. Aloe grows slowly and can reach heights of 60 to 90 centimeters, but it only flowers when mature and under ideal conditions of sunlight, soil, and temperature. Aloe vera, also known as Orlay High, is a succulent native to the semi-desert regions of North Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. We often think of aloe vera as the queen of medicinal plants, thanks to the gel inside its leaves, a natural treasure rich in vitamins, minerals, and powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds. When it flowers, it is said to have gathered enough spiritual energy to begin radiating its own light, protecting and uplifting those who live nearby. Some families take this opportunity to light white candles, offer prayers, or place the plant in the wealth corner of the house as a gesture of gratitude and a way to amplify good fortune. It has long been used to treat burns, soothe irritated skin, provide natural hydration, and support digestion. The plant only flowers when it reaches biological maturity, meaning it's old enough, it's healthy enough, and in perfect surroundings. The aloe bloom grows from a stalk over 1 meter tall, a subtle fragrance, and typically appears only once a year if at all. It attracts pollinators like bees and hummingbirds, creatures that in many spiritual traditions are seen as messengers of life, renewal, and transformation. An aloe vera plant will only bloom when its surroundings are in complete harmony: ample sunlight, warm air, nutrient-rich soil, and the plant itself matured after years of storing energy. Perhaps it's the universe's gentle whisper to youth that you've grown strong, you've endured, and now it's your time to blossom in your own way, in your own time. That's why people believe that when it blooms, it's a sign of approaching prosperity, a blessing from nature, and a symbol that positive energy now surrounds the home. Many homeowners report sensing a shift in their family life, career, or emotional state, feeling lighter, more hopeful after the plant has bloomed. Few know that in the lifetime of an aloe vera plant, blooming is a rare event, almost a miracle in the garden. A single plant may live for years without ever producing a flower, and then, one day, quietly and unexpectedly, a slender flower stalk emerges from between its thick leaves, rising tall with a fiery torch of yellow, orange, and red blossoms, a vibrant flame in a silent space. It's more than just natural beauty, it's a message, but most of us stop at the plant's physical uses. In many cultures, this event is seen as a positive omen. In Feng Shui, aloe vera is also considered a guardian plant. It is believed to absorb negative energy, creating a balanced and peaceful home environment. From a scientific perspective, this blooming is no less remarkable. So if one day you happen to witness your aloe vera bloom, Don't rush past it. Pause. Look closer. Feel. If aloe vera is the voice of healing and renewal, then the snake plant is like a silent guardian, always present. It's quietly protecting and only speaking when the moment is truly profound. It doesn't boast vibrant colors or dazzling blossoms. Yet the snake plant has a way of making people pause, especially when, one quiet day, amid its upright leaves, a delicate flower gently blooms, known as Sansevieria, mother-in-law's tongue, or St. George's sword. This plant originates from Africa, stretching from Nigeria to the Congo, where the climate is arid. The soil is nutrient-poor, and the sun scorches relentlessly year-round. In such harsh conditions, only the most resilient species can survive. And not only did Sansevieria survive, it thrived, rising as a symbol of endurance and inner strength. From these roots, the snake plant carries a deeply unique spirit, quiet and humble, yet extraordinarily strong. And when it does, it's a sign that should not be ignored. Its leaves rise like swords, deep green with white or yellow marbling, like still waves full of restrained energy. It can survive in low light, with little water, and needs barely any care. For this reason, many choose to grow it in offices, bedrooms, or dim corners, not only to purify the air, but also to maintain energetic balance within the living space. It absorbs toxins such as formaldehyde and benzene. It's commonly found in paints and cleaning products, helping cleanse the air we breathe each day. Because of this, in Feng Shui, the snake plant is seen as an energetic shield, quietly absorbing negative vibrations and preserving the stillness and peace of a home. It is said that Sansevieria only blooms when it is truly healthy and when the surrounding environment is warm, peaceful, and energetically clean. In other words, when this plant blossoms, it suggests that your home is full, harmonious, safe, and in the midst of a quiet transformation. But few know that the snake plant can bloom. A tiny flower emerges from the center of the foliage, pale white or soft green in color, releasing a subtle fragrance in the evening, as gentle as a whisper. There are legends that speak of the snake plant as an energy sensor within a home, blooming in the face of significant upcoming events, and thank yourself for having been patient and loving enough to allow a silent plant to finally speak. Like a change in residence, a new beginning, or the closing of an old chapter, the bloom becomes a message. Everything is ready. From a scientific perspective, the snake plant is one of the best natural air purifiers. And when the plant is strong enough to bloom, it's a moment for you to pause, too, near the plant. Close your eyes, inhale the scent, take a deep breath, feel the silence, and allow yourself to bloom in your own quiet way. You might light a white candle, give thanks to the space, because sometimes miracles don't arrive with noise. They bloom gently, like a single flower unfolding quietly among strong, upright leaves. When both bloom, the invisible gateway opens. A single flower in bloom is already a rare and beautiful occurrence. But when both aloe vera and Sansevieria blossom together in the same living space, it's no longer just a matter of plants. It is a sacred encounter of mirrored energies, healing and protection, softness and strength. The feminine and the masculine, yin and yang. Meanwhile, Sansevieria rises strong and sharp, like a sword in the mist, guarding the doorway of the soul. It is the opening of an invisible gateway, one that connects humans with a higher vibrational field, where the heartbeat of the universe begins to harmonize with your very breath. Perhaps it marks the end of a long stretch of challenges, illness, or emotional turbulence. And questions that once had no answers begin to unfold like they've been downloaded directly from the depths of your consciousness. At the same time, it is also a gentle invitation from the future, a soft beginning of a new lifestyle, a deeper spiritual insight, or simply a new sense of inner peace arriving at your doorstep. It becomes a temporary sanctuary, a sacred energetic field where the universe pauses for a moment to speak with you. It's not in the skies above, but right here, in the space you live in. There's no need for grand rituals. Your presence alone is powerful. Gently clean the space as if cleansing yourself. Mop the floor with salt water and a few drops of natural essential oil. Open the windows so light and fresh air can flood in. When you clean your home with reverence, you are also opening your heart to receive the energy that's waiting to enter. A bowl of rainwater or spring water placed nearby can represent continued purity and flow. And if your heart carries a message, Let it whisper to the plants, to your home, or to yourself. In the very room you have quietly cared for, cleaned, and infused with your daily presence and calm. You don't need to analyze or understand it all. Just listen, breathe, feel. A sincere heart of gratitude is enough to shift the energy field around you. As you gaze upon the 2 flowers in bloom, you may ask yourself softly yet deeply. And if you wish, write a few lines in a journal about how you're feeling, what's shifting within you, or maybe a quiet question that arises. Let it give you the gentle nudge to begin something fresh, a habit, a way of being, or a new journey inward, because this gateway only stays open for a short while. But if you choose to walk through it, what awaits on the other side may stay with you for a very long time. But if you are the one who experiences such a moment, take it as a sign that the space you inhabit has reached a special vibrational frequency, where yin and yang are in full harmony, where the energies of heaven, earth, and human converge into one crystal clear flow. This is no longer the story of 2 individual species. Aloe vera stands for gentleness and quiet nourishment, like a stream of water flowing silently, nurturing every living cell. Their simultaneous blooming is not something that happens often. In fact, it is so rare that many may never witness it in their lifetime. Some ancient traditions believe that when these 2 plants bloom together, an old cycle is quietly coming to a close. During the days when the flowers bloom, you may notice your dreams become clearer, your emotions feel calmer. Those who understand Feng Shui on a deeper level will recognize this moment as a rare manifestation of what is known as Tianmen Kai, the temporary opening of the heavenly gate. And so, the house is no longer just a shelter from the wind and rain. In the face of this phenomenon, the first thing you can do is simplify. Then, simply sit down near the blooming plants. There's no need to do anything more. What part of me is blooming right now? Sometimes the deepest truths don't lie in the answers, they live in the courage to ask. You might also choose to light a small white candle beside the blooming planta, symbol of clarity and inner light. Thank you for the life that still blooms, even in silence. Thank you, dear plant, for enduring quietly and now glowing in full bloom. May this space remain filled with light, with love, and with peace. And if there is anything that longs to be healed, may the light from these flowers and from Mother Earth offer their gentle power. You don't need elaborate words. And then, let this moment become a new beginning, a quiet opening, a pulse of transformation. Finally, have I bloomed yet in my own life?
Not all plants bloom. Not everyone gets to witness such a moment. And if you are among the few who do it as far more than a biological phenomenon, it is a silent, sacred conversation between nature and your soul. What matters is not just that the flower has bloomed, but rather, why now? Perhaps the plant is sending you subtle messages not in words, but in the gentle glow of its petals. Listen closely, with an open heart. It may be telling you, you are entering a new season. You have matured enough to transform. That quiet path you've walked wasn't meaningless, it was fertile soil preparing you for radiant bloom. A plant does not bloom because it tries hard. It blooms when the time is right. No need to force. Simply return to yourself silently. The stillness, the waiting are not empty. They are preparation for something beautiful, patiently, with quiet faith. And so do you. Harsh places still. They hold their energy gently inside, waiting for a rare and unexpected moment to blossom. There is no need to rush. Like aloe and snake plant species that thrive in dry, they remind you, the quiet days, you are not lost. Clearer energy is flowing through the space. You are blooming inwardly. And when the plant flowers, it might be because the vibration in your home has shifted. Perhaps someone has released a burden. And ask yourself, perhaps anew, through fragrance and radiance. The plant is often the first to feel it. It does not speak, but it expresses. So if you see a flower bloom, pause. What inside me is beginning to blossom? Am I walking the right path? Is it time to step beyond fear and accept the quiet gift that life is offering me? Because sometimes miracles come and we don't notice, not because they're absent, but because our hearts are not yet open. The plant doesn't bloom to impress anyone. It doesn't seek praise, but for your space, your spirit, and the faith within you for all that has not yet come. It blooms because it is ready and it is enough. And so are you. Don't fall asleep amidst the fragrance of flower. Continue nurturing. Care not only for your plants, because flowering is not the end, it is a new beginning. It is an invitation to move forward with an open heart, graceful actions, and mindful presence. And if the plant could whisper one last thing to you, perhaps it would be, thank you for seeing me. Thank you for not abandoning the soil within your soul. You've nourished your roots long enough. Now, it's your time to bloom quietly but brilliantly, just like me. If these words have touched you, take a few minutes in stillness. There's no need to say anything. Just breathe, feel, and know the universe just offered you a blessing. May your life always be filled with peace, prosperity, and quiet miracles. Like a flower that blooms at the perfect moment without needing any reason. Keep nurturing not just your plants, but your home, your spirit, and your inner trust. Because perhaps one day, you too will bloom quietly, yet radiantly, just like that flower. If you found this message meaningful, feel free to leave a comment or share your experience of seeing a plant bloom. Wishing you a life of deep peace, abundant prosperity, and quiet wonder.